If you are female, you better not be a feminist. I'll tell you why. Women of America, please, for your own sake and safety, stop calling yourself a feminist. Be brave and step out of the indoctrinated mass.
I volunteer as tribute.
We got the right to vote nearly 100 years ago, sister friends. And since then, life has become better and better. It's not Hunger Games in America. In fact, it's become so good that we're now making things up to sound like we have woe is me lives. But we're at a point where we've begun to swing the pendulum back to the men in the form of transgenders. And just this week, we have several examples of how all females are going to get screwed. Yes, screwed.
What does that mean?
Simmer. I'll explain. We begin with Sports Illustrated's latest swimsuit edition. For the first time, it will include Islamic garb as modeled by 21-year-old Somali-American model and activist, and that's the important part, Halima Aden. Sports Illustrated tweeted, Halima Aden makes history as the first model to wear a hijab and burkini for Sports Illustrated swimsuit. So all of the feminists are rejoicing about this happening, that a model is wearing a burkini. But a burqa and a bikini simply are incompatible representations of two belief structures.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong.
Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition has always been about the sexual immodesty of women, inability to be free, girl power. But wearing a burqa signals sexual modesty for religious purposes. Putting the two together demonstrates an inconsistency that exists in the feminist movement. But because the woman is Muslim, the left tries to capture and celebrate that intersectional element. And wearing the hijab specifically is a signal of female submission to men, which is the number one sin to a feminist. That is, if they believed in sin.
Ho, but then make it fashion. Ho, make it fashion.
The inconsistency shines through anti-Semite and proud Somali-American Muslim Ilhan Omar, who says the hijab is power, liberation, beauty, and resistance. But the Quran disputes that pretty clearly. But good thing she's in America where she's free to say such things. Omar, along with her other Spice Girls, Rashida Tlaib and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, are in the House of Representatives to push the radicalization of feminism, but at the expense of the intersectional hierarchy, which again means Islam is superior to anything female. Also superior are transgenders. And Sports Illustrated better have a trans person in the next edition because, not all women have vaginas, according to lefty logic. And they're taking away weightlifting records from actual women. Mary Gregory is a biological male, and he just set the Masters powerlifting world record in women's squat, bench press, and deadlift, and then the overall total world record. If you look closely, his shirt says, "Share the platform." So move over, women, or why not get back in the kitchen? He deserves his platform. Gregory also used hashtag more female strength in his post, but that's not what he meant.
I am a goddess, a glorious female warrior.
So close, yet so far. Think of the education of our next generation of girls. They are taught to be a feminist, a glorious female warrior. But at the same time, they must accept that biological men who think they are women get preference. How are girls not supposed to be utterly confused? And that's the point. Confuse them and then manipulate them, which is child abuse. The end result explains how we have females lighting up the college campuses with their feminist frenzy about how empowered they are.
I'm just so slutty. I got pregnant, so I had to get an abortion.
She's a real winner. Take her home to mom and dad, said no one ever. And these Planned Parenthood indoctrinated feminists at the University of Texas, San Antonio do not understand that they are literally killing off the next generation of recruits to their movement. And finally, for those females who do come to understand that life is precious and decide to have children, you're being told by celebrities like Kate Hudson and Charlize Theron to raise your children gender neutral. Or Julia Roberts, who took to Instagram this week encouraging bathrooms to be gender neutral.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Okay, I'm the last person to say that you have to tell girls they have to wear dresses and play with dolls. My Barbies were in a paper bag in the back of my closet. True story. But purposely manipulating girls to feed your feminist yah-yah sisterhood fantasies, denying what God gave them as individuals, is destructive. And that's what the left wants. That's what they do. They destroy. That's all they know how to do. They don't build, they just tear everything down. This is what feminism is doing for women. Crash and burn. We were warned, and clearly we didn't listen. If real men and women don't step up and restore sanity, expect the destruction to increase exponentially. Until next time, stay healthy, America.